Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
And Gaynor.
Here we are, just the two of us. Patron's your thing. Check out the link in the description below. Absolutely loads of stuff on there. Full watch-alongs to things like Modern Family, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
F is for Family.
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
loads. Welcome to Wrexham. Loads of stuff on there. This is wild animal surprise photographers in an unexpected way. I love when the wild animal kingdom interact with the human kingdom. On a happy
Large
scale. On a happy scale where they're not just tearing them apart,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But should we get into what this is?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh,
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll love my hair, don't you?
Wildlife photographers, without a doubt, have one of the coolest jobs in the world. Is patience and being in the right place at the right time.
No thanks.
However, sometimes there's just no secret, as the animals, once in a while, tend to do the unexpected and end up surprising the photographer. Some photographers were lucky enough to encounter their dearest animal friends from up close, from a lioness stealing the photographer's camera to a bear peacefully sitting next to a wildlife filmmaker. And stay with us to see why the BBC cameraman got smacked in the nuts by this angry sheep. We will see how the real-life Timon used this photographer to find his best friend Pumbaa. So, without further ado, let's get started. The second largest species of bear in the world is the brown bear. Drew Hamilton, a photographer, was in for a once-in-a-lifetime meeting with one of these magnificent monsters.
Size of that.
A gigantic brown bear approached his station and sat right next to him while he was shooting and photographing other brown bears. It was as if the bear had forgotten what kind of species it was. Drew could only keep calm and enjoy his new friend's company, and he was probably...
I wonder if he'd eaten and so he wasn't hungry. And so he was just like, oh, I'm just going to hang out with
Just
you.
inquiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but besides, it's too close for comfort for that for me. No chance.
frozen in dread. However, after a few minutes, the bear leaves his new human friend. Gorillas are the largest living primates, and Uganda is known to be the home of thousands of silverback gorillas. Photographer John King was getting prepared to enter the dense forest in search of gorillas for his next documentary. However, he was caught off guard as the gorillas approached him through the dense forest. At the base camp, a family of silverback gorillas encountered King and his team, and the young and adult gorillas came up close and personal. John is even groomed by one of the silverbacks. The gorillas leave after a few minutes of interaction, leaving John speechless. Enjoying the content?
Yeah.
Well, he just stared at him like that. I didn't know silverback were gorillas.
What do you think they were?
I don't know. I thought they were just a breed of their own.
No, gorillas.
Gorillas.
Hit that subscribe button and join our
I
community.
don't know much about the wildlife.
Don't forget to like, share, and click the notification bell to stay
know.
updated.
It's cool,
now
that,
back
innit?
to the video. When photographer and filmmaker Steve Backshall encountered an unexpected group of visitors, a pack of wolves, he was astonished. Wagging their tails and smelling Steve and his colleague, the wolves closed in on them. Because of their dog-like behavior, one's imagination easily jumps to the conclusion that the wolves are the forbidden huskies. My natural reaction would be to run as quickly as possible, but Steve and the crew remained cool. Wolves in the wild usually do not pose a threat to humans.
Somebody's giving me goosebumps already.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be terrified.
Yeah.
I'm terrified if a dog walks past me on a lead.
You're not an animal person
No.
anyway.
Yeah, but if someone walks past me with a dog on a lead, I'm like very cautious,
Yeah.
thinking it's going to jump up at me.
Yeah.
Wolves are very cautious animals that generally avoid contact with humans. But not to mention, if provoked, wolves are quite unpredictable, and an encounter with them can turn lethal in a moment. Fortunately for Steve and his crew, this pack was on a different mission, probably to return the favor and learn more about humans as well. The wolves became so friendly that they not only let Steve and his crew pet them, but they also began howling with him. That's very cute. When you watch this encounter, you have to wonder whether this is how our forefathers domesticated wolves in the Stone Age. Well, a word of caution. Do not attempt this in your local forests.
No chance.
I don't have to tell you what could happen. For Steve and his crew, it was certainly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Don't you agree? Not all close encounters run the risk of being deadly and
Meerkat.
dangerous. Meerkats are naturally curious animals. Scientists and filmmakers have been studying the animals for nearly 2 decades, which means they are perfectly comfortable with being photographed. Some would even say they get a little too comfortable around us. Like these meerkats, who not only came incredibly close to these 2 wildlife cameramen, but even took some mid-afternoon shade just under their buttocks. Or this meerkat, who climbed onto a cameraman's head and used him as a tall lookout post to scan for potential predators and look out for its young.
I'm there, innit?
Yeah.
Imagine you are photographing a lion pride from a safe distance 1 minute, and the next thing you know, a curious huge lion is near you and sniffing your stuff. This is the story.
What would you do?
Shit it.
I would just keep really, really still.
I don't think I could. I think it's just, your natural reaction would get up and leg it.
Shaking. No, I would just keep really, really still and let it just sniff me because
I don't know
what
about
are you going to
that.
do if you
Well,
if you
exactly
if you
what you're
run,
gonna do.
You're going to get
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Of when wildlife photographer Graham Springer came across a pride of lions peacefully roaring in the early morning. It was simply another day at the office for him. Underneath his car, he was carefully shooting the lion's morning routine from a distance, while his colleague filmed and captured a frightening encounter on camera. One particular lioness took a different route and came freakishly close to him. Graham did not have enough time to get into his car and had no choice but to stand still and wait.
Yeah.
The lioness investigated him and his camera gear and left. It was one of his most nerve-wracking experiences. Professional photographer Alexei Trofimov had an exciting and rare moment while out in Lake Peipus in Russia. Alexei had gone to photograph the frozen wild, as well as the seals throughout the winter. Alexei had attempted for 3 years to photograph
What's
the
that?
seals, but each time they noticed
Seal
him,
pup.
they would disappear into the water beneath the ice. Fortunately, his 3 years of patience were rewarded on this day, as this adorable baby seal not only let Alexei get near to it, but also lie still as he took photos.
Brilliant.
The baby seal then lifted one of its flippers as if to say hello
Hi.
to Alexei, something he hadn't done at first. Or it could have been that he was saying goodbye to Alexei before vanishing into the river. What do you think? Baby seals are easily frightened and thus are hard to take pictures of. But this particular baby seal was a special kind. Photographer Kim decides to take some up-close photographs of this black rhino with the sunset on the horizon as the background. The shots are amazing, but what Kim doesn't figure out fast enough is that through the camera lens, objects look a lot further away than they actually are. Kim is, however, lucky enough to avoid the charging rhino as he dashes into the bushes. The rhino eventually leaves, and Kim is lucky enough to survive the ordeal.
Can I
The
have a picture?
photos
though?
were, however, worth the risk,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah.
This other rhino is either photophobic or doesn't want the world to know. These photographers came too close to the rhino, and he didn't like it. The photographers appear unconcerned about the charging rhino at first, but as the rhino shows no indication of slowing down, they become frightened. These enormous tanks are known to charge towards vehicles and even overturn them with their short horns. Trespassers are not spared because they are territorial. Fortunately, the
Big-ass
photographers
animals, aren't they?
survived and are able to continue their lives, but only after learning to keep their distance in the future and having a longer set of camera lenses. A BBC cameraman was headbutted in the balls by an angry sheep, and the video went viral on the internet. After filming lions, sharks, snow leopards, gorillas, and all kinds of other potentially dangerous animals, the cameraman may have been a little too trusting of this Cameroon sheep named Seagull at an animal park. Users on the internet wrote some crazy comments on the video.
I'd say that was a goat, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not sheep. Looks more like a goat, right?
No, because sheep have those big horns as well.
They do.
Yeah.
When the BBC posted it on their YouTube channel with the title, "Cameraman Smacked in the Nuts by Angry Sheep." One user said, "Never thought I'd see the BBC use nuts in their video title." Another one made a joke saying, "Explain this to your insurance." Viewers were amused. Hyenas are famed scavengers
Don't
and
like 'em.
often dine on the leftovers of other predators. They are one of the animals with the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom. They are portrayed as deadly, and those who have come across them can tell you that that's not a laughing matter. However, despite their cunning and savage nature, hyenas can turn out to be quite adorable.
Yeah, okay.
Don't agree with me?
No.
Then check out this full-grown male spotted hyena acting like a puppy. Kevin Richardson is a wildlife conservationist and self-taught sanctuary owner who works with African lions, black leopards, spotted hyenas, and striped hyenas. He is well known for playing football with lions and sleeping with them. But check this out. He is more than happy to give the hyena a few more pets and show love to it. The hyena doesn't even seem to mind, and it somehow gives the impression that he's actually petting a dog. Don't you just love to see it?
No.
Cheetahs. You probably already know they are the fastest land animals and can go from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. For our next story, meet wildlife photographer Kim Woolhooter, who has an up-close encounter with a litter of cheetah cubs. The curious cubs approach Kim as their mother watches from a distance. Undisturbed, the mother continues resting as Kim goes ahead and even pets one of the cubs. Wouldn't you want to pet one? Look at how adorable they are.
Yeah,
I want to get
It
an
is
arm's
a
length of one.
fantasy for most of us, but for Kim, it was a tick off his bucket list. However, do not try this in the wild, because of the obvious reason that mother cheetahs are very protective, and if you try something like this, you might not be able to pet anything else ever again. Kim was just lucky. We might not say the same thing about you. Professional photographer Barbara Jensen was filming a lion pride from her group in a 4x4 vehicle in Botswana's Mashatu Game Reserve when a valuable piece of equipment dropped out of the vehicle and onto the ground. As soon as the photographer dropped her expensive camera, a protective lioness jumped up and moved towards the vehicle to see what was on the ground. She came so close that Barbara and her crew had no chance to get their camera back and had to go away from it.
Yeah.
The lioness then snatched up Jensen's camera and telephoto lens in her mouth and carried it a distance before giving it to her cubs, who then pounced on their new toy and began playing with it. They then dragged it through the dirt, chewed on the lens hood, and then, fortunately, like most kids, soon grew tired with their new toy and left it behind. After retrieving her abandoned camera, Jensen found it was working perfectly, aside from teeth marks across the surface.
Mad that.
Because it was only aesthetic damage, she never had it repaired. Because, let's be honest,
you wouldn't.
what photographer can show off that their lens had been inside a lion's mouth?
Lions are often referred to as the kings of the jungle, symbolizing their strength and authority in the animal kingdom. Yet humans, with their advanced intelligence, can sometimes have an upper hand. In the video, we witness an intriguing scene where a large male lion retreats from a man holding just a piece of wood. Despite the lion's physical prowess, it's the man's confident stance that seems to intimidate the lion. Animals, unlike humans, interpret confrontation differently. When faced with a human who appears confident and unafraid, their primal instincts may prompt them to back off, as seen in this instance where the lion chooses to flee.
Not that, isn't it?
When a photographer went exploring in the wild, he didn't expect to meet 2 friendly foxes. As he lay in the grass, these foxes didn't run away. Instead, they playfully ran around him, letting him take some amazing photos. This shows that not all wild animals are scary. Some are playful and don't mind having their picture taken. It was a cute and unexpected moment in nature. In this intriguing video, a lioness unexpectedly joins a scene featuring a group of people in a vehicle and a photographer perched atop his vehicle. The man, upon noticing the lioness, displays remarkable composure, staying utterly calm. His background as a wildlife reserve expert, accustomed to encounters with dangerous animals, has prepared him well for such moments. For anyone facing a similar situation, mirroring this expert's calm demeanor is crucial for safety. Predators, like lions, are sensitive to fear, and displaying panic can increase the risk of an attack. The ability to remain unflustered in the presence of such majestic creatures is essential. Interestingly, the video also reveals more lions appearing, adding to the captivating yet tense situation.
Jamal Hadij Aiza is a photojournalist who shared a moment with an adorable lion cub while on a quest to capture a lion family. We can see him holding a camera and trying to capture some wildlife moments, with the lion cub sitting next to
like
him.
he's helping him.
Seals are known to be shy and often flee when they sense a human nearby, and understandably so, as humans have hunted them for their fur. However, this particular baby seal, unaware of the world's cruelty, spotted a human photographer and chose to approach him, perhaps for a better picture. It even appeared to be fond of his boots. Meanwhile, the penguins in the background.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
What should you do when an African wild cat fell in love with your hair?
Oh, you love my hair, don't you?
At Nambiti Private Game Reserve in South Africa, the cameraman Boris was attempting to capture some close shots of these wild cats. One of them climbed up a tree trunk and began playing with Boris's hair. Boris wisely handed off his camera to a brave colleague. After all, who wouldn't want a snapshot of a wild cat doing your hair care routine? And to be honest, Boris does have a pretty impressive mane. In another instance, photographer Kim was filming a cheetah family. After spending days around the cheetah...
They don't half get bloody close, don't they?
Yeah.
I guess they've got to, and it's. I know now they put a lot of remote cameras sort of like all around that sort of like triggered like from movement and stuff.
Sensor,
Yeah.
cheetah mother, Kim and his team gained her trust. Then Kim did something incredible. He went ahead and laid down next to the cheetah cubs while the mother was sitting nearby. Surprisingly, the cheetah cubs approached him. At first, they were a bit scared, but in a few moments, they became so comfortable that they climbed on him, sniffing his fingers and feet. The cheetah mother didn't seem to care, as Kim and his team were not a threat to her cubs. This is truly a wonderful and heartwarming experience.
The video featuring a cat is both surprising and a bit shocking. It starts with a seemingly innocent scene of a cute cat cautiously lowering itself from a ledge. But as the camera moves, it reveals a startling detail. The drop is over 20 feet high. Despite this, the adventurous cat takes a bold leap, showing no hesitation. In an unforeseen twist, the cat collides with a power line mid-air, causing it to flip in an uncontrolled manner. Miraculously, and true to a cat's agility, it manages to land on its feet. Thankfully, despite the dramatic fall and the unexpected encounter with the power line, the cat was unharmed.
This image has won Sergei Gorskov the title of Wildlife Photographer of the Year. In this video, a female tiger is seen hugging a tree, rubbing herself against the bark. If you know anything about big cats, they do that to leave their scent and mark territory. What's really special is that this picture was taken using a camera trap. The camera was set up in the forest and took the picture automatically when a tiger walked by. Sergei had to know the right spot to put the camera. That's where a skilled wildlife photographer comes in. But it's not just about skill or luck. He followed the tiger for over 11 months to get this amazing shot.
Male lions are surprisingly swift and agile. This is vividly demonstrated in a scenario where a lion astounds a photographer by climbing a tree. Initially, the lion evaluates the tree, then leaps up effortlessly, proceeding to climb to its preferred spot. This serves as a stark reminder. If you're ever in a situation where a lion is pursuing you, keep in mind that they are far more adept at climbing trees than humans are. In this video, it almost seems like animals want to take pictures too. A man is filming the landscape when suddenly a sea lion floats into view on an iceberg, crossing right in front of the camera. The sea lion appears a bit sad, as if it's disappointed about not getting its photo taken. It's a bit of a heart-tugging moment for the sea lion.
Seagulls are notorious for snatching food from people's hands, but they're not limited to just that. This video showcases a seagull that appears to have grand aspirations of becoming a celebrity, and perhaps even a bit of a prankster. In a rather entertaining scene, the seagull takes its antics up a notch by boldly snatching a camera and taking to the skies. There's a whimsical notion that the seagull might have a hidden interest in vlogging. He knows all the camera angles vloggers use these days. It's not only seagulls that are fascinated by cameras. Here's another bird that gets in on the act. In this case, a parrot snatches a GoPro and takes off, probably thinking it's something to eat. After pecking a bit and realizing it's not edible, the parrot decides to drop the camera and move on.
This video is likely the most adorable thing you'll see today. It shows a photographer lying down, attempting to capture shots of wildlife. Suddenly, his photo session takes a charming turn when a group of meerkats curiously approaches.
The proper weird animals, aren't they, meerkats?
Yeah.
The stance they do that, yeah.
To his amazement, these inquisitive little creatures start climbing all over him, exploring with endearing curiosity. It's a truly cute and unexpected moment in the world of wildlife photography.
Being a wildlife photographer demands immense patience and understanding of animal behavior and concealment techniques. The National Geographic camera team managed to capture a stunning showdown where a baby meerkat stumbles upon a cobra. Facing a cobra one-on-one is not a good idea, especially when you're only a few weeks old. So the baby meerkat calls for help, and its family comes to face the cobra together. The meerkat's agility and group tactics turn the tables, leading to an exhilarating victory against the deadly snake. These kinds of videos showcase how difficult it is to capture wildlife.
Nature photography is a beloved hobby, and this video showcases why. It starts with a stunning view of a mountain landscape, but for those paying attention, a small, furry marmot soon becomes the star of the show. Approaching the camera, this adorable little marmot begins to lick it. The photographer is taken aback by this unexpected and brave act of cuteness from the little creature.
If you didn't believe that an orangutan using a saw could outperform some humans, it's time to change your perspective. This fascinating video shows a female orangutan expertly using a saw to split a branch into two parts. Copying the actions of a robot spy orangutan, she holds the tool with her hand and grips the tree branch tightly using her feet. She even blows away the sawdust to examine her work, just like a skilled woodworker. Whenever she notices a robot or another orangutan imitating her actions, she becomes even more competitive. This incredible moment demonstrates the impressive smarts and problem-solving skills of orangutans, underlining their ability to adjust and learn from their environment.
A group on a spring break trip.
They're great animals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, when you see any like primate, like the monkeys and the orangutans, like that, and the way they do things, the way they perform, absolutely brilliant.
In Tanzania, experiences an intense
You're not saying
moment
it's
when a
Tanzania.
cheetah unexpectedly leaps into their safari jeep. The guide's quick thinking advises everyone to remain absolutely still.
Slam the brake on.
A crucial instruction they follow for a tense 10 minutes. Remarkably, this strategy works, and the cheetah eventually leaves without causing any harm. If you were in that situation, staying motionless would be key to ensuring safety. It's a nerve-wracking scenario to imagine. What would your reaction be in such a close encounter with a wild cheetah?
Long-tailed macaques at an Indonesian temple have cleverly learned to steal items like glasses, hats, and money from tourists. They exchange these things with temple staff for food.
It's like, have you been to the Rock of Gibraltar?
No.
They've got all the monkeys there, and that's what they do. They steal your camera and your sunglasses.
Yeah, do you
and
know
your
when we had
handbag.
that bloody thing? The monkeys started throwing balls at
Yeah, that
ours.
was in Malaysia,
Malaysia,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, the cheeky.
Showcasing their craftiness. These monkeys have become skilled at this robbing and bartering behavior to get extra food from humans. Despite their mischievous actions, they are charming animals commonly seen across Asia. This behavior highlights how adaptable and resourceful these macaques can be in using human presence to their advantage.
This video initially gives the impression of a distressing scene with a small fox. But it turns out the fox is just peacefully napping on a lazy afternoon, which seems quite enjoyable given the weather. As someone approaches and extends a hand to pet the fox, it quickly wakes up and scurries away. However, in a cute moment before fleeing, the fox turns to look at the person who disturbed its sleep. It's a charming scene, though one can't help feeling a bit sorry for the fox. It might have been
Deep
really
sleep.
tired and in need of rest. Waking it up seems a bit unfair, but the interaction was undeniably adorable. Oh well. Such is the life of a wild animal.
The elusive crusty nautilus, a special sea
wow.
creature loved by biologists for its one-of-a-kind look, has been found again after
weird,
being
isn't it?
missing for 30 years.
Missing?
This creature is really good at staying alive, which amazes scientists. A living fossil, the crusty nautilus is known for its distinctive shells that have appeared as fossils over a span of 500 million years. Even though they face problems like people wanting their
500 million?
shells and
Yeah.
valuable metals in the ocean, These special nautiluses that are hard to find keep on captivating us with their mysteries and unique
Never heard of it.
qualities.
I've never heard of it.
The video initially suggests a risky situation, but the man involved is actually a trained professional. He's Dean Schneider, a Swiss founder of an animal sanctuary and social media personality in South Africa. In the footage, a lion starts growling at some people nearby, appearing agitated. Then, unexpectedly, the lion approaches the photographer and cuddles him. Caught off guard by this display of affection, the photographer responds with a big hug. This reaction shows the lion that he is not in danger from his human companion, preventing the situation from escalating. Schneider's expertise and bond with the
Mad,
lion
isn't
are
it?
evident
Crazy.
in this remarkable interaction. In this video, he is filming a lion that is sneaking up on him from behind. Now it would freeze me to death. But again, Dean is professional, and he knows lions' behavior and what he is doing. You, on the other hand, do not try this at home. But of
Don't try
course,
at home.
not everyone keep lions at home.
One of the rarest bears on Earth, it's neither albino nor a polar bear. The spirit bear, also referred to as the Kermode bear, is essentially a white version of the North American black bear and is found almost exclusively in the Great Bear Rainforest, a vast expanse of 25,000 square miles along Canada's western coast. The whitish coloration of the spirit bear is a result of mutation in a gene involved in melanin production, as discovered by geneticists. This trait is recessive, meaning that both parents must carry the mutated gene for their offspring to inherit the white fur. In the Great Bear Rainforest, an estimated 500 to 1,200 black bears carry this gene, which could potentially give rise to more spirit bears. However, the precise population of spirit bears remains uncertain. What makes this bear truly unique is its appearance. Giraffe Manor in Nairobi, Kenya,
Yes, where I
offers a
wanna
unique
go.
experience of being surrounded by giraffes. These gentle giants visit the manor daily, poking their long necks into windows to interact with guests. Set within 12 acres of private land nestled in the lush indigenous forest of Nairobi, this establishment stands as a true icon among the city's landmarks. What's more, at certain times of the day, guests are presented with buckets filled with the giraffe's favorite meal, nutritious grass pellets. If you're fortunate, some of the rooms facing the front allow you to indulge in a particularly enchanting experience, feeding the giraffes right through your window. This is the epitome of an opulent sanctuary, offering an opportunity to relish a truly majestic African vacation.
A photographer meets a very strong kangaroo
I know.
and is shocked when they shake hands. He can't believe how muscular the kangaroo is and talks to it, amazed. This funny moment makes him joke about wanting the kangaroo's workout plan, as the kangaroo looks in great shape. It's a light-hearted and
jacked out.
surprising encounter, showing just how strong and fit kangaroos can be. Fascinating how some animals instinctively act gently around babies, as if they understand their vulnerability without being told. This is beautifully illustrated in a video where a mother and father introduce their newborn to their well-trained husky. The scene unfolds with the husky calmly lying next to the baby, both completely at ease. This heartwarming interaction highlights
Cool,
the
Yeah.
incredible bond between humans and dogs, reminding us of the special place these wonderful animals hold in our lives. It's moments like these that truly show the remarkable nature of dogs.
Yeah, it's
A
good as a city
wildlife
fan.
videographer jogging through the woods is suddenly confronted by a wild black bear, leading to an intense moment. He responds by firmly yelling at the bear, attempting to keep it at bay.
Stop. Right now, stop.
Despite his efforts, the bear continues to approach, seemingly unfazed. The man's ability to remain calm and handle the situation is commendable, especially considering the natural instinct to flee, which would be futile against a faster bear. It's a striking example of composure in a potentially dangerous encounter. In an enthralling
Is it like one of them things where if it's a brown bear, you like lie still, and if it's a black bear, you yell
Play
at it?
dead.
No, you yell at it, something, shout, and make noise.
I know one of them you make yourself bigger. So
I think that's the black bear, isn't it?
So if you've got like a bike, put the bike above your
Yeah,
head
make
and
a noise, right?
Yeah, and yell.
And I
One
think
of
the
them, one of them you have to play dead.
Yeah, I think it's the brown bear that, and then you got the polar bear where I think you just
If you
forget
come
it.
across
Nothing.
the boat, yeah, there's
forget
nothing
it. You
can
die. Yeah, you're game over.
Swim.
scene, a lion is seen enjoying a playful run with fellow lions. contrary to the fearsome reputation of the king of the jungle. This lion seems content in the company of friends, unbothered by a photographer capturing the moment. The photographer, lying on the ground, experiences the exhilaration as 3 lions dash around the corner. This
making me
remarkable
proper
footage
uneasy.
demonstrates the more playful, less intimidating side of these majestic creatures. However, such close encounters are not for everyone. The man in the video, renowned as the Lion Whisperer, stands out for his exceptional understanding of lion behavior. Known for recognizing the unique personalities of each lion and treating them like family, he has earned their trust and acceptance. His extraordinary bond with these lions is evident as he engages in activities like playing football and sharing affectionate moments with them.
A heartwarming incident happened at a French aquarium. A friendly technician was cleaning a shark tank when a leopard shark caught their attention. Instead of being scared, the shark swam up to the technician and got a hug. The shark even seemed to smile. It enjoyed a belly rub from the technician before swimming away. This video shows that sharks can be friendly, contrary to what movies like Jaws suggest. If you're interested, you can find leopard sharks along
Fucking sharks are not friendly.
No, I
I don't
know.
give a shit what anyone says.
the Pacific coast of North America. Marmots exhibit a surprising and endearing level of friendliness within their social groups. But in some cases, marmots in national parks or tourist-heavy locations might display curiosity towards humans, approaching for food
Terrified, don't they?
and interacting in a seemingly friendly manner. Here we have a couple of marmots who are happily enjoying interacting with this kind lady who is giving them cookies. Marmots' ability to form close bonds and communicate effectively within their groups reflects their remarkable sociable disposition. These marmots do not mind humans around them. They often receive pets from
beaver, aren't
humans
they?
and do not mind them at all. However, it's essential to remember that these are still wild animals and their behavior can be unpredictable.
Enjoying the content?
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to get close to any wild animals like that. No chance.
Oh, I
giving me goosebumps watching some of the photographers lay there when lions are stood there, and I'm just like, oh no, mad. But yeah, some great pictures there though, isn't it? Some great videography.
The thing is, if you're a photographer, you've got to get in.
Yeah, if you're a wildlife photographer, yeah, you've got to get right in the mix, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like anything. I've seen people who've got volcanoes doing all that kind of stuff, and it's like, I just love watching the. Have you seen like the GoPro awards and stuff like that? They do GoPro awards and they do like photographer of the year.
I've seen those
And some of
ones.
the pictures that you see are just
Yeah.
like absolutely incredible, and something you think. It's dead simple that someone could capture that.
Yeah.
Anyone could probably capture it, but the way they've done it and they've got the photograph of it, and it's like,
Yeah.
and you just think absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love stuff like that. Brilliant. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.